Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into a shocking and unbelievable event that shook Russia's military logistics to its core. In just 15 minutes, over $40 million worth of critical assets were destroyed by Ukrainian drones in a daring and high-precision strike on a key Russian train station. This attack didn't just damage infrastructure, it exposed major vulnerabilities in Russia's supply chain, surveillance, and air defense systems, leaving analysts around the world stunned. So let's break down how this happened, why it matters, and what it means for the future of this war. The train station that was targeted was not just any station. It served as a vital logistics hub for transporting ammunition, fuel, and heavy equipment straight to the front lines. Drones silently approached under the cover of night, and within moments unleashed a series of coordinated strikes, causing massive explosions and fires. Reports revealed that several fuel tanks, armored vehicles, and rail equipment were obliterated. The speed and precision of the attack left no time for defense or evacuation. It was one of the fastest and most expensive losses for Russia in a single strike during this conflict. What makes this attack so alarming is how easily it bypassed Russian air defenses. Despite having radar systems and anti-drone equipment in the area, nothing stopped the drones. This exposes a deeper issue. Russia's layered defense systems are struggling against modern, low-cost UAV technology. Ukraine has mastered the art of combining reconnaissance drones with kamikaze drones to hit high-value targets with pinpoint accuracy. In this case, the drones flew low to avoid radar, communicated their positions in real time, and attacked from multiple directions simultaneously. Russian operators were simply overwhelmed. Witnesses described massive fireballs lighting up the sky as ammunition. Storage ignited. Explosions continued for minutes as secondary blasts rocked the area. Footage captured rising columns of smoke. Visible from miles away, emergency crews reportedly struggled to enter the area because intense heat and scattered debris made it too dangerous. The destruction of the rail lines halted train movement for hours and possibly days, cutting off a major supply route to Russian forces at the front. This is not just a tactical win for Ukraine, it's a strategic blow. Let's talk about the money. $40 million worth of equipment was gone in just 15 minutes. But this number only includes physical damage. When you factor in the operational interruption, delayed supplies, and forced rerouting of logistics, the real cost could be much higher. Military analysts say that rebuilding this station and replacing the destroyed assets could take months. All of this from a relatively small swarm of drones costing only tens of thousands of dollars each. This is the definition of asymmetric warfare, cheap technology defeating expensive infrastructure. Ukraine has become a global leader in drone warfare. They have developed drones capable of long-range travel, night operations, and high-precision targeting. They have even modified commercial drones to carry explosives and strike. With deadly accuracy, this attack proves how far their drone capabilities have evolved. Not only did they gather intelligence on the station's layout, but they also timed the attack when the most equipment was present. This level of planning shows deep surveillance and strong coordination between drone units and military intelligence. On the other hand, Russia continues to rely on outdated defenses. Many of their anti-aircraft systems are designed to shoot down planes or missiles, not small, low-flying drones. Some areas lack electronic warfare support, making them vulnerable to coordinated drone swarms. Military experts have warned Russia for months about these weaknesses, but this event proves that significant gaps still exist. If Ukraine continues exploiting these blind spots, more high-value targets could be destroyed with minimal effort. The psychological impact of this attack cannot be ignored. Russian soldiers rely heavily on steady supplies of fuel and ammunition, knowing that even major transport hubs are not safe creates fear and uncertainty among troops. It forces Russia to move supplies farther from the front lines, making logistics much slower. It also forces them to spend millions on additional defenses for every station, bridge, and depot. Ukraine is turning Russia's size into a liability by making every inch of territory harder to protect. This event also sends a powerful message to the international community. Modern warfare has changed forever. Drones are not just reconnaissance tools. Anymore, they are precision strike weapons capable of crippling entire infrastructure, networks. No matter how advanced a military is, if it cannot adapt to drone warfare, it will suffer massive losses. Ukraine's success will likely inspire other countries to invest heavily in UAV technology, while Russia scrambles to improve its defenses. Let's look at the bigger picture. This is not the first time Ukrainian drones have struck deep behind enemy lines. They have targeted air bases, fuel depots, command centers, and even naval ships in the Black Sea. But what makes this strike unique is the scale of destruction in such a short time. The fact that it targeted a core logistical hub shows Ukraine is focusing on cutting off Russia's ability to sustain prolonged operations. When you destroy the supply chain, you weaken the army without even facing it on the battlefield. Some experts believe this attack was also a test. Ukraine might be gathering data on how Russia responds to drone swarms. This allows Ukraine to improve future missions while identifying which locations are the most vulnerable. If this was just a test, imagine what a full-scale coordinated drone campaign could do. Multiple stations destroyed in a single night could paralyze entire fronts and force Russia into defensive positions. The balance of power in this war may be shifting from sheer manpower to technological innovation. Let's talk about why railways are such a critical target. Russia depends heavily on trains to transport fuel, artillery shells, tanks, and personnel. Roads are too risky and too slow for large shipments. Trains can move thousands of tons of equipment quickly and efficiently. That's why Russia has built a network of railway hubs near the front lines, but trains can't move if the stations and tracks are destroyed. This strike directly hit Russia where it hurts the most. The backbone of its logistics. Ukraine understands this and is aiming to cut off the lifeline of the Russian military. In response, Russia will likely increase air defenses around rail stations, add camouflage, and relocate storage deeper inland. But this creates new problems. Moving supply hubs farther away means longer travel times and slower delivery rates. It also increases fuel consumption and costs. And even after all that, drones can still reach them because Ukraine is constantly extending the range of its UAVs. This is a losing game for Russia. No matter how many defenses they build, drones are getting smarter and harder to stop. This event also highlights one key truth. Technology is redefining warfare. 10 years ago, a small country taking out $40 million worth of enemy assets using cheap drones would sound impossible. Today, it's reality. Drones don't require pilots, can strike remotely, and can be produced in large numbers quickly. While Russia spends millions to build and protect equipment, Ukraine spends a fraction to destroy. Yet this economic imbalance gives Ukraine a long-term advantage even against a larger military. The timing of this attack is interesting too. It comes at a moment when Russia is trying to push deeper into Ukrainian territory. They rely heavily on smooth logistics to support new offensives, but if Ukraine continues striking supply hubs, Russia may be forced to slow down or even halt some operations you cannot attack effectively if your fuel and ammunition keep exploding in drone strikes. This means Ukraine is not just defending, it is actively shaping the battlefield from a distance. Looking ahead, we can expect more high-value drone attacks. Ukraine will likely target bridges, depots, and transportation nodes. Deep strikes like this create chaos and force Russia to waste time and resources. Meanwhile, Ukraine continues receiving advanced technology from its allies, including long-range drones and AI-assisted targeting systems. This combination of innovation and intelligence makes their drone program one of the most effective in the world. At the same time, Russia's inability to adapt quickly may cost them even more if they cannot secure vital infrastructure. The war could slowly drain them financially and militarily. Every destroyed supply hub adds pressure to the government, the economy, and the morale of their soldiers in war. Sometimes the most devastating blows are not on the battlefield, but behind the lines. In the end, this 15-minute strike is more than just a dramatic headline. It represents the future of warfare: fast, precise, cost-effective, and devastating. It proves that even the strongest military can suffer massive losses if it underestimates technology and intelligence. It shows that Ukraine is not just holding the line, but hitting back in strategic and powerful ways, and it reminds the world that victory no longer belongs to the biggest army, but to the smartest. This is a story of innovation versus tradition, agility versus complacency, and intelligence versus brute force. Ukraine has shown once again that it is willing to take bold risks to weaken its enemy. And if strikes like this continue, Russia may find itself fighting a war it is no longer prepared to win. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments what you think about this massive strike and its implications for the future of DE.